That's done. You just hold here. And this type, Mane is able to lift and to be able to bend. Okay, you try to do Seoinage. Okay, you just hold. Yeah. She's actually, even if he's holding back, it's possible for Mane to lift and to bend. Okay. You see? It's possible to lift. This one is possible. Just do a few. Okay, again. One more time. So this type of Uchikomi is good for practicing form, practicing good form, because you can lift properly, and it's also, you know, gives a little bit of resistance. Not a lot, but a little bit of resistance compared to, let's say, you're not holding. Don't throw her. just lift. Yeah, this is in a way too easy. In a way too easy because she's not resisting, and she's light. You know, she's lighter than her, not resisting. It's in a way too easy. So when you give some resistance, this is good training for Mane, where there is some resistance. He's holding her back, but she has to have good form. So this is good for training form. This will train Mane to pull strongly. Move. You got to move her. Okay, you go in, low, pull. Yeah, that's it. Okay, strong pull. That's good. Very good. Okay, Mane, why don't you try one thing slightly different? Turn around. You're still turning and pulling. I want you to pull as you turn. They're still turning and then pulling. I want you to start pulling as you come in. Try that. Okay. Start pulling even as you come in. You already start pulling, so that by the time you turn, she's already lifted on your back. Yeah, come on, lift her up to there. Yes, that's the way. That's the way. Okay, much better than the first one. Okay, one more. Okay, so you know how I said Koga lifts as he enters, right? This 3-person Uchikomi like that trains you to do that. There is quite often not enough pull with this hand. Koga's pull is super strong. Okay, so he's standing there. When he's coming for Seoinage, he pulls. Right? You don't want to just turn in and then pull. Okay, you don't want to. This one is passive, just holding, and then I come in and then I pull. Then you're just pulling with this hand. He's pulling with this hand. He's pulling. So it's like very strong. Okay, very strong. Then he bumps his hips in. Okay, gets in. So it's very much. You must get in onto the back. Okay. Now there's another form which is called the Korean 3-person Uchikomi. That's where you sit down, and where you put your sole here. Now this one builds power, because it's very hard for Mane to lift with this thing there. Not impossible, but it's very hard. So if she's not careful, she'll be pulled backwards. So this one trains you to have real strength. Try. She has to get good form. She has to get low, and then she has to pull. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. You need to get a bit lower. Mane, get a little bit lower. Yeah, like that. See your belt line right now. Yeah, your belt line is now only equal to hers. It should be a little bit lower. Yeah, like that. Okay. So if you do your normal turn, you just do your normal turn. See, your belt line is higher than hers. So it's very difficult to throw. So you've got to actually go down quite low. You've got to go down quite low. You're going to do next. So now, one problem that a lot of people have is that sometimes they do a technique, they get counted in Randori, right? You get counted when you don't go in hard enough. When you do this kind of drill, and you can remember how difficult it is, Yusana, you can remember how, Mane, I mean, you can remember how difficult it is to pull her, right? It was difficult, right, on your back and all that. You remember, if you remember that in Randori you're fighting her. You imagine somebody sitting down and holding back. you imagine it, and then you throw, then you'll be very powerful. I always tell her that you've got to use visualization. If you don't visualize and you say, okay, she's quite light, I'm just going to come in, you might get counted. But if you tell yourself, you really convince yourself, Alex is holding her back. Imagine Alex so big, so heavy, holding her back. And you're going to try to do seonagi when Alex is the one holding her back. You're going to come in super powerful. You're going to come in as powerful as you can, because if not, you're going to be jerked backwards. Right? If you think like that, you will not be counted. You will not be counted. Okay, so actually try to utilize that. It's actually a mental trick. When I do seonagi, I've actually never been counted in seonagi. My seonagi has failed, that's for sure. There are times when I do seonagi, it doesn't work. Right? But I don't get counted. Okay, you know why? Because I visualize that. I said, that guy is being held back. So when I come in, it's powerful enough that it can foil a counter. Sometimes it's not powerful enough to throw the person. Sometimes the person is able to block it, but they can't counter it. Okay, so if you get counted in seonagi, it's because you're not coming in strong enough. And if you're not coming in strong enough, the way is to visualize. Because once you've done this drill, you know how difficult it is to pull. If you did seonagi like you did just now, 3%, you will not be counted. The seonagi may not work, but you will not be counted if you do it that way. So every time you're going to do standing seonagi, you have to tell yourself, Alex is holding the person back. If you tell yourself that, there's no way you're going to be counted. So this is a rather unusual uchikomi, where actually the purpose is to help you be able to lift uke regardless of whether there's a grip or no grip, regardless of whether uke is in the right stance or not. Even if it's in the wrong stance, you can get it. No grip, no grip. Okay, so if she, just keep your hands to the side. If she's like a sack of potatoes, okay, a sack of potatoes is just there. A sack of potatoes is not holding you. A sack of potatoes is not taking a particular stance. It's just there. It's just a piece of weight, right? Okay, keep your hands to the side. Keep your hands to the side. Okay. So I can lift her, even though I don't have this, right? So a lot of people, they get caught up with the idea that you must get this or that you must grab here. Of course, it's good to have this, but what if you don't have this? I can still lift her, even if I don't have it. Okay, so this type of uchikomi is not so much to build strength, but to train your mind to lift uke, whether you have the right grip or not. Whether she's holding here or holding here or not holding at all, I can still lift her. Okay, so a lot of people can't do it, not because of physical reasons, but psychological reasons. It's like, I don't have the right grip, she's not gripping the right way. Even if I always say, I want this grip, underarm grip, right? That's ideal, that's preferable. But what if I don't have it? I should still be able to do seonagi. I should still be, it's not ideal. It's better to have it here. But if it's here, I should still be able to do it. And even if she drops her arm, I should still be able to do it. I should still be able to lift her up. Okay, so I'm going to show you one clip of Koga going up against a North Korean who was left. So the North Korean is like this, and he's holding on here. And when he comes in, because the angle is weird, right? Usually, seonagi, you come in here like this. So the angle is weird. He came in and his hips goes all the way out, right? And the Korean drops his arm. So Koga doesn't even get this. So he comes in here. First of all, he's out like this, right? That's the first thing. He overcompensated and then loses the arm. But he still gets her up and then throws him for ippon. He still gets the ippon. Even though the angle was wrong, didn't get the grip, because Koga is able to readjust and get the throw. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. So you don't have to have ideal situations. You got to learn to throw seonagi even when the situation is not ideal. Okay, so let's have a look.
Koga's favorite seoi nage scores a splendid ippon. The spectators applaud Koga enthusiastically. It was this fine seoi nage that earned him third place.